Just another average morning. Shower check. Dunkin' Donuts check. Weekly GR Corolla tease check. Toyota is going all out, teasing the hell out of the GR Corolla. This time, well, as well as every single time, is again at Instagram. That's where all these teases and Easter eggs have been given us through. And the video you see playing is just a bunch of GR86s, and then you have GR Corolla there for a half second. And then you saw some gear shifting as well. You saw 3 pedals and a gear selector. So here is the first image in the teaser video. The next image is a little bit clearer, but don't see a whole lot. And then the next image, it starts warping. And there are a few frames after this of it being warped, which aren't worth talking about. Immediately afterwards, Toyota shows us some pedals as well as somebody selecting gears. But if we go back to this image, and then compared to the GR86's pedals, this setup is definitely from the GR86, and the shifter here is as well. Because at the bottom of the shifter over here, it's the same ring at the bottom of this shifter. And then if you look at the e-brake here, it's on the left side of the shifter with a chrome button. And here we are again with the chrome button on the left side of the shifter on the GR86. So we still don't have anything in terms of the interior shots of the GR Corolla other than just kind of extrapolating from the existing Corolla. But Toyota may have let the cat out of the bag here because they took down this post that you're looking at right here. This is our first and best look we've seen of the GR Corolla. And then in this frame, we have the entire vehicle here. And there's a few things that are pretty darn exciting about it. We do see the side gills here that we were expecting, at least from the renders we're getting from Japan. But it looks like there's an additional slit back here going over the rear fender and the rear wheel, which I was not expecting. That looks pretty cool. But again, this is camouflage, so it's hard to tell exactly the lines, but it does look like a little gill slit in the back as well. On the front of the bumper, the only thing I could see the difference would be is that the grille pattern is a little bit more large font. Looking at the standard Corolla hatch, we have like these scales, like fish scales on the grille pattern, kind of like a honeycomb, but not quite. Whereas this is definitely more hexagonal, more honeycomb in nature, and much bigger compared to the more tight-knit fish scale grille over here. Now looking at the rest of the bumper, it looks like this piece is gone all together here on the GR Corolla, but again, with the camouflage, it is a little bit hard to tell. And then you see the additional cooler down here for the turbocharger. These look like 18-inch wheels, maybe forged aluminum would be my guess, but I don't think we've seen these wheels on any other Toyota vehicle, at least at this point in time. And they're definitely different than the styling of the GR Yaris wheels. Other than that, the lights look the same. The GR4 on the side definitely confirms all-wheel drive setup from the GR Yaris. And there's not much else to get out of this other than it is coming. We just don't know when. But we have to be pretty darn close to launch because Toyota's been ramping up these teasers in the last few weeks. It seems like every single week we have a new one. And some people are saying that the reveal could take place at the Tokyo Auto Salon. I'm just not sold on that, and the reason is I don't know if this vehicle is going to be sold in Japan. They already have the GR Yaris, and the GR Corolla has been kind of teased as an American vehicle for the US market. I would say it's about 50-50 shot that Europe and Asia gets this vehicle and 100% shot that America gets it. It hasn't been teased on, as far as I know, it hasn't been teased on any other social media platforms outside of the United States. And heading to the spreadsheet, of course, because it's always fun to refresh and see what it's going to be going up against. GR Corolla here, some are saying around 300 PS. That could be a maximum tune. There's also a lot of spy shots going on, which I'm not going to include because I don't want to get copyright striked. There's a lot of spy shots going on of the GR MN Yaris going around the Nürburgring. Might need some more Dunkin'. And it looks like a bat out of hell. I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out. Go to those websites to see their images of it. But it looks like there's going to be a limited run GR MN Yaris. And maybe that higher tuned engine around 300 horsepower could be making its way into the GR Corolla. I don't think that's a stretch by any means. So minimum, I would say 268 horsepower, the maximum around 300 horsepower. It'll fall somewhere in there. Torque I'm expecting to be the same at around 273 pound-feet of torque. Pricing, this is you know, of course, my hopes, but this is again MSRP only, and who knows how much dealers will mark this up, not only with the chip supply issue going on, but because I don't expect the GR Corolla to be produced in that mass volume. And the reason is it'll be produced at the Motomachi plant where they produce the GR Yaris at the GR factory. And it's very, very boutique, small orders. Toyota had to continue making the GR Yaris and increasing production because of the demand was so high for it. And I believe that's going to be the same for the GR Corolla here. So it's going to go up against a Honda Civic Type R, the new Elantra N. Not so much the Mazda 3 Turbo, not quite in the same category. Definitely the GTI and the Golf R are, especially the all-wheel drive Golf R. And then we have the new WRX, of course, which it always gets people fired up. So I'm not going to go down that route, but it's going to be all-wheel drive only, unless you're in Japan, which they could give you a front-wheel drive CVT version like they did on the GR Yaris, but who knows if Japan's getting this vehicle. There are different driving modes for this GR4 system. You can split about 50-50 power going to the front rear wheels. You can do like a 70-30 split if you want to do more of a drift version of the vehicle. Like, this is just a dream car, and Toyota's giving this to us before electrification comes. And that's what a lot of these vehicles are from the Japanese and Korean. It's like, hey, fun manual transmission cars, tuner cars, they're on the way out, and this is our last chance before they're banned around the world. It's just ridiculous, but at least we're getting the second golden era of Japanese tuner cars, kind of resurrecting that nostalgia from the 90s. And man, it's a cool time to be alive right now as we're shifting from the old technology to new technology with electrification, but so many of us would prefer to have these sort of vehicles be around alongside of electric cars. And speaking of which, the Motomachi plant where this is going to be built is also going to be producing the BZ4X and other electric vehicles. Kind of strange because there's such on opposite ends of the spectrum. Tuner, gasoline, turbocharged, all-wheel drive vehicle, and then you have a fully battery electric vehicle being produced in the same exact factory. Strange. And I believe also in the Motomachi plant, they create the LC500 and other Lexus vehicles as well. And that is where the LFA was once produced by the Takumi Masters. And those same masters will be producing this GR Corolla. The same sort of build quality, the same sort of spirit of the LFA kind of lives on in the GR Yaris and effectively the upcoming GR Corolla. It's pretty darn exciting. Since we know just about everything about the GR Corolla, I want to see you guys down below on when do you think it'll be announced and available, and at what price tag. I don't expect there to be a whole lot of variance in the price from base to completely maxed out, but I'll see you guys down below on those things. And if you enjoyed today's video, smash the like button, subscribe for more updates on the GR Corolla. I will give it to you guys, of course, every single time. And special thanks to all you guys. I probably had 15 to 20 different people reach out to me because they saw this on Instagram and they wanted to share it, not only with me, but more importantly with the whole Luxurious Fleet community. So thank you to all you guys who give me a shout out on Instagram to address this new GR Corolla being seen. But I'll end it there. Thank you guys so much again. Catch you in the next video, and peace out.